Hi everyone. So I am so excited to be here. Thank you to the Mor staff for inviting me here to be here this evening. I'm super excited. I'm going to be sharing some things with you tonight that the design world typically never shares with you. So what I hope you get out of this is that you'll start looking at how you live in your space a little differently. And as I go through this, it's a quick presentation and we will have a Q&A at the end. If you have a quick question, please interrupt me. I'm okay with being interrupted, okay? So I hope you enjoy this presentation. Okay, so be original and your home will speak for itself. I know that when we get the emails from Mor Furniture and Z Gallery and we're looking at all the things that are in there for sale, we look at that and say, God, how can I take that entire look and incorporate that into my house? Sometimes if you go purchase it and you bring it into your home, it doesn't necessarily look right. And I'm going to show you some of the reasons why that's the case. Okay, so the things we're going to go through, I'm hoping that you can take and implement this right away into your own space. This really applies when you're selling your home, but it also applies in how you live and feel in your home. So there are 7 design elements that we're going to go through tonight. Obviously, they're very detailed, so we're going to go through them rather quickly. It's important to understand how space positively or negatively affects you personally. So when I talk about the 7 elements, there are 7 layers in a room. The average layer that a human person can handle are 7. So when you start bringing in your furniture pieces, your art, and your accessories, you can get into the 20s or the 30s in your layers. And then your space is going to start feeling out of balance, but you're not going to know why it doesn't feel right. You're going to constantly be rearranging your living room or your bedrooms. You're going to move something in, move something out to see why it's not feeling the way you want it to feel. You're not accomplishing the feel that you wanted to have in that space. So I'm going to show you why. Okay, so our first layer is the architectural details and the ceilings. So here, obviously this house here has a lot of windows. So inside the home, this is going to affect every single one of the rooms. Over here, not all of us have a ceiling like that, but it's gorgeous. But this right here, just the ceiling alone, you've got multiple layers, okay? Down here you have the beams. Over here you have a vaulted ceiling, beams, and then you have the fireplace. So there's a lot of layers right there. So each one of these rooms here in this particular house, you're already at 7 layers before you even bring one thing into your house, okay? Okay, the next is our flooring. If you'll see, like this one here, this is a lot of pattern in the floor. Obviously, the flooring is 1 layer unless you have pattern. You have to count all the lines that's in your flooring. Over here, this is fine. Like this here, this is perfect, okay? This doesn't add a lot of layers. Up here, you've got pattern. Up here, you've got checkers. Over here, you have a whole lot of Spanish style. Down there, you've got wood and tile. And here's flooring and carpeting. So when you start adding the ceiling and then the flooring, and you're already past 7, we start running into problems. Okay, so now layers 3 and 4. That's going to be the plants that we bring in, the plants that we see through the window. It's going to be your lighting fixtures, your cabinets, backsplashes, and countertops. So we know that we can sometimes go over the top with our backsplashes and go crazy designs in our countertops. So when you start bringing all of these things into play, are you adding up all the layers in your room? So then when we start looking at furniture, we need to realize that if we have a ton of layers in the room, then you need to go with a sofa set like this. If you have a room that doesn't have all those layers, it's pretty simple. It's what I call the vanilla, where it's just the walls and the ceiling and just a simple light fixture, then you can go with a lot of pattern, okay? Then you can start bringing in the character in your furniture. So that's when we start getting out of balance. It's when we start adding a lot of pattern in a room that already has crazy ceilings, busy floor, backsplashes, windows, and lighting. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So layer 4 is the upholstery. Now we're talking about the things we're bringing into the space. So here we have all the different types of upholstery. So down here, like the ottoman, that has a lot of patterns to it, which is a really fun ottoman, by the way. I don't know if they have it here on the floor, but they've got that one here. So this here's all of Mor's Furniture right here. So depending on what you're working with your carpeting, the rugs you bring in, and your drapery and all that, depends on what kind of furniture you should be bringing in. Okay, so layer 5. This is one of the houses I did. The owner said, all I want is blue. Blue. That's all I want is blue. So he got a blue table and he got a blue sofa. But then I brought the art in, and the art brought in the colors coming from the window, the chair that I had here. So what it did is I tried to make the art piece bring the space alive, because if you walk into a room that's all blue, and it's hard to match blue, it gets a little crazy. So he got his man pad, that's what he wanted, and only he wanted that to be a sofa sleeper, so basically he lost it to the kids when they came over. But his man pad, he just wanted blue. So the art we bring in, sometimes we don't know how to select art. Even if we're going to at home or home goods, we don't know what we want. So we purchase things that are our favorite colors and a cool scene. Then when we bring it back and try to place it with a sofa, it doesn't look right. So I want you guys to start thinking about your spaces before you start bringing things in. So when you start going to look for furniture and you start shopping for furniture, you're gonna start looking at it a little differently, so that when the pieces you bring home are gonna work perfect. Okay, so layer 6. This is where we bring in the accent pillows, the curtains. We all like to have drapes up. Now your drapes, if you have shutters, that's layers. Each lever on the shutter is a layer. So when you start adding those to the equation, your numbers are getting really high in the space. And then wallpapers. Wallpapers are coming back. So we start having busy wallpapers now. Add that to the equation, then you have a patterned sofa, the whole space is gonna be wrong. And then if you do it in your bedroom, you need to make sure that your bedding is a non-patterned bedding. So it's just a calm, no pattern, one color bedding, and then add your pillows. Your pillows can be your pop of design, okay? Am I confusing anybody? Good, okay. So this is a room we did here. She wanted all gold, so she got all gold. But the art that I brought in on the other side of the room had a lot of reflection of what was on the outside. So when she came in and all her windows were open, it felt like the outdoors was part of her inside. And so it calmed the gold down. Okay, so when we're thinking about doing our homes, whether it's just a simple room, a sitting area, a dining room, a living room, a bedroom set, I love these quotes. The middle one I really like, which is simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. What I mean by that is we all love stuff. We have stuff around us everywhere we are. Our mail's on the countertop. We drop our purse when we come in. We have our shoes on the floor. We live in our homes. But when we add all of our stuff to our beautiful pieces of furniture that we just brought home, and then the crazy ceilings and the flooring and the carpet and the rug and your drapery, when you come home now, it doesn't feel like a sanctuary. It feels like you want to find a reason to leave, or you try to go to another room that you feel more comfortable in. So if you want to feel extremely comfortable in your home, simplicity, just have fewer things around you, or have a room where you can put all of that and then have the space that you're hanging out in the most calm, okay? So if you think good design is expensive, you should look at the cost of a bad design. I like that one because you can continue buying and buying and buying pieces to bring into your house to get you the look that you're looking for, but you're not fixing the problem, you're adding to the problem. So that's why I wanted you guys to kind of think about before we go out and we start shopping for our pieces and we're meeting with the salespeople in his store, that we already know that we don't want a patterned piece. And we already know that we want certain colors without a pattern. Or we know that our room is so vanilla, we have to bring in a power sofa. We have to bring something in that's gonna have the character. The character's gonna come in a way of art and accessories, the pillows, and the furniture, okay? And the one over here is the details are not the details, they make the design. So it's the little details that we bring into the space that really sets it apart. So when we stage homes and we bring all the furniture in and place it, the magic doesn't happen until we start bringing in the bedding, the art, and the accessories. That's what takes an entire staging to a whole nother level. And some designers know how to work with accessories and others don't. So watch when you're looking online, you'll see the ones that really understand how to put a piece of glass on the sofa that pulls all the colors of the pillows out. And we have to think about how to photograph a room. How's the house gonna look when they photograph it for sale? So are the accessories and the sofa in the room gonna detract from the house? So we don't wanna take away from the home. We're not selling the furniture, we're selling the house. So it's not about the furniture in that case. But when you're living in it, sometimes it could be all about the furniture, okay? Okay, so I love Architectural Digest. I study those books like crazy because I love them. All of these are from Architectural Digest. They've all been done by a designer. Now, how many layers do you see in these rooms? So every one of these are top designers in all celebrity homes. There's not one room in there on this sheet here that I would want to go in, sit down and read a book in. I don't think I could even focus on the television or watch a show and put my feet up, but they paid a lot of money for these rooms. So obviously they worked with their clients to find out what they like, but I bet you when it's all over with and it's all photographed and everybody goes home and they write that check and they're all done and they come back and sit in the room, they just sit there and just go, I mean, I would be so wired in these rooms. The different patterns, I mean, you can see the pattern here, then they have a different pattern here, and this rug's on top of another rug, so it's double rugged. And then you got patterns over there. The vases, I mean, there's every color under the sun in these rooms. So yes, they're designers that did these, and yes, there are people that can afford this kind of lifestyle. But I don't consider that living. I consider this being a showpiece, a museum. You come in, you take photos, but you don't live in this space. I might be wrong. Maybe you guys don't agree with me, but this here just, we lose the character of this. This house here looks like it's a brownstone. So it looks like it's an old historical home with beautiful features, and this fireplace is to die for. But you can't even see the fireplace with everything on the mantle. So we take away this here, I call it peeling the onion. We need to peel the layers off and bring it back to the walls and then bring something back in. But everything, not one color goes with the other. And this one here is just very loud. I love the color, but it's crazy. And that one over there, it is artwork on top of wallpaper. And the art competes with the wallpaper. And this one up here, I can't really tell if it's a garden room, a reading room, or if they're just displaying all their family photos. So this is what I wanted you guys to see about the layers. Do you see what I'm talking about now? So where we can go vanilla, middle, or over the top crazy, okay? But this costs a lot of money, okay? Okay. So like she said, I'm the owner of the Luxury Look, and that's why I'm here talking with you guys. I'm also the owner of Loft by Luxury. It's a new division where we do turnkey Airbnbs. And then we have Luxury Look Network, which is business tools for designers, home stagers, and realtors. And then I'm the designer for H Domes. We build domes globally. So we're going in, we're doing boutique hotels, just houses that don't blow over. We have homes that have withheld 5 hurricanes. So it's interesting when you have to start designing around round buildings. Most people don't deal with round. I have to deal with round. So that's just a little bit of what I do. These are just some of my awards. I'm not here to talk about me, but just some of the awards that we've won. I sit on the board of directors for Sherwin-Williams, so I'm going to talk a little bit about color with you tonight too. Okay, we don't renovate spaces, we transform them. And so we're going to discover tonight how you can transform your space with Mor Furniture offerings. And I'm with Nina about the pieces on the other side of this wall. Those are some of my favorite. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Waikiki. First of all, it's a great place to visit, but this is a wonderful sofa. So we had it brought up here for you guys to see. So we see this here. I haven't pictured the way that they sell it, but I want to show you different ways that you can actually turn this sofa into a different look with just accessories and color. Okay, so on here we have the sofa. We have the sofa and the chair. This is not the chair. This goes to another sofa, but I want this up here so you guys can see the difference. And then you can add pops of color here. Here we went with the gold and the black. This here's their Metro Squares rug, so it gives it another pop. Now you can do this and this if your house is very calm, okay? This is where you bring the power in. And then over here I have the gold lamp. And I chose these colors over here. You can go with kind of a green gray, you could go with a green beige. I brought my deck up here so you guys could even walk around and see what colors will look great with this. So I chose these colors here to kind of show you the different color schemes that you could go with this. And then the different pillows and the throws. So this here makes a really nice calm look, okay? And this is the same sofa. Now I went with champagnes, creams, and soft grays, and a little bling down here. This lamp here is that one over here with the concrete look. And then I chose a little different color here with a little bit more beiges and grays. This here I think is really fun. It gives you a pop of some glam and also comfortable. And so this here's the classic modern, and the other one was, this is the transitional look, okay? And this is the modern look, okay? You can take it any way you want. You can go classier or you can tone it down a little bit more. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the Mor sofa. The Mor sofa is the sofa that goes with this lovely little chair right here. Okay, I created a farmhouse look with this sofa. So these are the pillows that come with it, which are right over there. And then they have this lift top coffee table and the ottoman. And then they have this plastic chair that he's sitting in over there. What a fun setup. And then they have this piece here, the artisan sofa table. And one of my very favorite pieces is the Savannah Entertainment Center. I love the doors on that. Just these simple pieces would give you an entirely different look with the same sofa set. And then I chose a little different colors. I went with a lot more pops of color for the farmhouse, okay? Is there any questions so far? Okay, great. Okay, now I went with a modern Moroccan. Moroccan is becoming a very popular style right now. We just did 3 houses Moroccan, which I thought was interesting here in Scottsdale. But these are all their pieces. This sky cabinet here, it's on the back wall over there. That is such a yummy piece. I like that because that could be in your kitchen as a buffet. It could be in the back of a sofa. It could be as your console table for your TV. That thing has so many different uses, or you could put it in your hallway or your entry. And then you bring in their blue multi-rug, and then their wall art, and then add a few key pieces here with little Moroccan accessories. This wall here, we're doing a restaurant in Tempe, and we came up with this wall type of texture, but that would be fun to just do one wall in your living room. And this is a really inexpensive look to give you a really fun way to design your house. If you get tired of the Moroccan, you just take out the other stuff. You have the same sofa and you get a different look. And so I'm gonna show you a little bit here tonight too, how we're gonna change this look here with just changing out the accessories. Okay, so I wanted to add the poppy sectional. This is fun because I like the greens and the ottoman here. And so what I did with this one here is I wanted this one to feel alive. So I came up with the grays, the two different gray tones, and the greens to go with this. Now, can you picture those pillows on the sofa? And then I chose succulents here because I thought that it would just make it come to life. And then if you had a fun little bench, you could put it in the corner. But this is the Charlotte cabinet that you're looking at right now. So this cabinet with the poppy sectional, or you could even just do a bookcase. You could do two bookcases even behind the sofa or up against a wall. Or you could have two of them with a TV in between. And then I went with the greens. Just a pop of green on a wall. It doesn't have to be the entire room. I wouldn't suggest painting your entire living room green. But with those kinds of hints of color, that would make this sofa come to life. So I hope that I'm showing you guys how you can transform a space rather quickly and inexpensively. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have Kylie come up, my assistant, and we're going to change the look of this really quick for you, okay? So this is more of a transitional look. So if you want with a color, a soft, you could even do a soft green, you could do a champagne color on your wall, you could even do a soft gray. And it would just pull this whole look together, completely different than what it was before. So just by changing your pillow and a couple accessories. Okay, now we're gonna go with a glam look. Okay, so this is a little bit more classy. I like bling, although I don't live with bling because my husband does not like bling. So I get to have bling wherever I go outside the house. So I love these. I fell in love with these. I thought that they made this really come together nicely. You don't like it? No? Do you like bling?
I like the other one better.
Oh, you like the other one better? That's why we gave you 5 examples of this sofa set. So not one size fits all. And then we brought in just a little bit of a sophisticated, you can mix the silver and mirrored tray with this coffee table to soften this whole look. So I have a house right now. Well, I have a house, my house. When I did it, it was about 12 years ago. I have not changed my own house because I'm too busy right now. My husband wants to know when I'm gonna do our house. It's not on my calendar right now to do. But I have to tell you, it's a very comfortable feel, but it's very heavy. And I don't like heavy anymore. So I was looking at it, and if I took my one sofa out and brought in one new sofa, a lighter color, and changed the wall color, I could quickly, easily transform the whole space. It's a Tuscan feel now, because remember back when the homes were all Tuscan? I have a soft Tuscan. I didn't go the hard Tuscan, but they took my entire living room set and featured it in the lobby of Lazy Boy. So now there's probably about 2,500 people out there with my same sofa set. I didn't know what I was signing up for when I said, oh, please do, this would be so awesome. I go to my friends' homes and it's my sofa. But it doesn't take a lot to get an entirely different look when you know what it is you need to buy to complete the space. Does that make sense? Okay, so on this set here, you could take out that ottoman and have an entirely different look. You could even just put 3 different tables. You know how they have the 3 nesting tables now? That's a really cool look. That's really popular. And then over here, for those that like the glam, you could do a glass coffee table and use this rug. If you're going to go with these pillows here, I would suggest changing the rug. I would have a calmer rug because the pillows pop the whole room. And then have a color in here. Figure out your favorite color in the pillow and make sure you have 3 points of that color in the space. So whether you have it on your wall, in your rug, or on the table, have 3 points of the color to pull out of here. But don't choose 3 of the colors on the pillow. choose one color, and then choose your very, very favorite and put a pop of that color in the space. Now, when you go outside of your room and you walk back in, if your eyes go to one thing, so say if I walked out right now and came back in and my eyes went straight to this pillow, it has to go. I know that sounds really weird, but if this is the only thing in your room that's drawing attention, and it's taking all your attention, it needs to not be in the room. So when yes?
Seems like they're all really neutral. I like color. So would I put that on the wall?
You would put that on the walls, or you would change these pillows. I would take these pillows away, like those, that's color. And then I would take some of the colors out of there, put it in your paint or your art. Or have, like I chose the succulents, you could do a wall with succulents on it. Or have it in your art. Okay? Yeah, I'm not big on devoid of color. When you're selling, we have to be careful what kind of color we bring into the house, but when we're living, live with the things that make you happy. You know, just be happy in your space. That's why we have homes. But if there's something in your room that demands the attention, it needs to come out because it takes away from the whole look and feel of the room. And eventually you're gonna feel like, eventually the room will actually be out of balance. You just won't know it. But when other people come over, you're gonna find that they won't hang in that room. They're gonna go to another room to wanna hang. So if you find people that are hanging only in the kitchen around the countertop, everyone wants to hang in it, but nobody wants to sit in your living room, there's something in your living room that probably needs to be changed. I know it sounds weird, but people feel things, they just don't know what they're feeling. So when I showed you the rooms with all those patterns, just look at your walls and what's on them and just see what can come out. The nice thing is take things out and then incorporate them back in, and then you'll start feeling what's wrong. I know it sounds really weird, but trust me, it works every time. Any other questions? Yes?
What would you say is a fair budget for maybe a couple of pieces you put together?
I came up with $8.95. And then if you're gonna add rug, obviously that's gonna change. And you can go inexpensive on the art. And they have some some of the pieces I have in here on the other one all came from here. You can go to Home Goods and get art. You can go to At Home and get art. Just get a few key pieces. If you get a theme, so a lot of people like to choose a theme. If you're gonna do a theme, incorporate it slowly and start seeing if it's gonna start taking over. Because if people come in, they don't feel comfortable sitting on your sofa, like this here, you could come and you could sit on it. But if you have so many pillows, like thousands of pillows, there's home stagers out there, and I don't talk negatively about them because I'm over all of them, but their mark that they like to leave is the pillows. But if it's the only thing you're paying attention when you walk into the room and no one's gonna wanna sit down, you want your buyers to sit on the sofa and make an offer while they're in the house. But if there's no place to sit, they're not going to do that. So you want to be as inviting as possible. But why don't we do that for ourselves when we're living in our homes? Make it inviting for you. And then when you understand the layers and what's in your house, then you can easily determine what you need to purchase for the furniture. You can follow me. You can go to my Instagram and you can go to my Facebook. Follow me, but you'll see lots of examples. So when you're out shopping, just pull up my Instagram page and just say, oh, I see how she put this together. Okay? So is there any other questions?